out.
All right.
But the lobby is up, and I gave you the information on how to join from there, so you can get started on that.
Yep. Let me change my capture card volume so the game isn't like blasting over you. D5. There we go. I'm gonna plug this in the 1-2 buckle my shoe Discord.
Oh, did I fix what game we're playing? Yeah, I did. Okay. Did I fix it on... I don't have to fix it there. It should just be good. Okay.
And let me go back to find the pass. There it is.
Are you going to be playing Rapid?
I'm gonna try. I literally just picked it up today, but that's because I'm trying to play blasters. I don't really know how the S-Blast 92 is gonna fare out, but we'll see.
Alright, I'm just checking to see if I need to drag Riah up. Knew there was something I didn't do. I've got the audio set up wrong. There, now it shouldn't echo. Hello to Lois and Squirtle Dude 747 and JR Hyde and Old Ratty and Whistlewind Wolf and Lemon Zests and Dillswerb. Yeah, okay. And Crispy's Crimes and Temsa and Don't Scream and Villager SK and Devi, hello. And Crown GFX. Good to meet you. At LTC, that is. And Mesmerelda. That's a cool name. I like that. I'm not prepared to be here next. Were you signed up for next week? Yes, you were. Okay. DM me about that, Temsa, because if we're going to reschedule that, then we'll need to figure that out in the near future. Thanks for letting me know, though. Oh, is it like Krispy Kreme, but it's Krispy Crimes? Is that where that comes from? That makes sense.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
And hello, Awkward One. And hi, Criley. Glenifer Anist. Oh, my goodness. That... There are levels. There are levels. Clicking the wrong thing. There we go. Okay. It is looking as though we're going to be a little bit before Riah joins us here. Devi, if you'd like to hop in, you're welcome. Otherwise, we'll probably just get started here. Is my assistance required? Yeah, feel free to join. It's the password we have tended to use in the past. Yeah, I guess we used a different one recently. One second, let me DM you real quick. There you go, Debbie. And hi, Shelly Bean. Give it a minute to boot up. Sure thing. What do I do during streams? It depends on the stream. Today's stream is going to be very similar to what we usually do on Tuesdays. On Tuesdays, I do a free set of 2 VOD reviews. We'll start the stream by playing Anarchy Open with our VOD reviewees for an hour, because people aren't watching in that first, like, 35 minutes or something, and so it's something to do while we wait for everyone to filter in and actually be there for class. And then we'll do a VOD review, that is, we'll go over someone's gameplay and talk about the decisions that they made and, you know, try and give them some things to work on, teach the audience what it is that you can do to improve at the game. So that's the agenda for this stream here. Like I said, this is normally what we would do on Tuesdays, but someone made a donation to purchase lessons for just whoever signed up first. So we'd have more Squid School content during the summer. And so, in addition to the Tuesday streams, we will also now have Thursday streams that do pretty much exactly the same thing. And so this is the first of that series of VOD reviews. And hi, Slydra.
What's Leon?
And hello,
Hi, Leon.
unpronounceable. What was the question?
I see Leon in the chat. Hi, Leon.
Oh, yeah, there you go. So, we're waiting just a second for Devi to arrive, but then we'll get going here.
Okay.
Is Leon a teammate of yours?
No, they're just a friend.
Awesome.
I have no idea what my team is doing right now. I'm pretty sure Ari's streaming heavy deco strategies right now.
Deco. Do we know the full kit for that yet? I haven't gone and looked at what's speculated.
Probably Wall and Kraken is my best guess.
Well, we know Kraken for sure.
We know Kraken for
watched
sure.
that.
But
Okay.
considering how they're carrying over a majority of the subs, it's probably gonna be a Wall.
That would be pretty nice. Because isn't Wall good for that thing?
It'd basically be like... It's funny though, because then it would be basically like 96 deco on heavy deco, which I find strange, so I feel like it's gonna end up being different. But I'm still thinking it's gonna be a Wall, but from how they're basically the same and both have range, I'm curious about it.
Yeah. I was so happy. Like, I was super sick after LTC. I'm not sure if I'm going next year, because it's only LTC. Reptide and Big House, I was perfectly fine. But Low Tide City, I just got, like, put on the deathbed. Because it's always a mosh pit in the venue.
I masked and I was fine the whole way through, but yeah, it's really common if you're, you know, not masking or something, or if you're, you know, not washing your hands religiously or whatever, that it's really easy to just catch something because people are coming from so many different places.
Yeah, the only time I didn't have a mask in the venue was when I was commentating. Like, that was it.
Wow.
And
Yeah,
even then, I
otherwise
still
it
got
could
from the
just be-
checker.
Also, even when you're traveling, what is it? Like, I know a couple people who were traveling told me about people who just were, like, non-stop coughing in front of them on a plane. I'm like, ugh.
Crazy. I just find it weird that, like, every other land is perfectly fine, but whenever I go to LTC, that's when I get super sick.
I mean, it was also, like, rainy and stuff, so I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Crispy's Crimes asks, what are your thoughts on the new paintbrush? Kit matters a lot. Shoot. I think I saw someone saying that they knew what it was, that it was like, curling bomb, and I forget what the other thing was.
Wavebreaker. Yeah,
Wavebreaker? Curling bomb wavebreaker?
yeah.
That's definitely... I mean, it's really mobile. And it's going to need to be... It's got to have, like, the same advantage that the Splatana Wiper has. It's very similar to the Splatana Wiper, it seems. Like, same number of shots to kill, same slow DPS, same really fast mobility. So I feel like those might be competitors based on what I'm seeing. But I can only speculate. Hydra bottom right.
And then the other heavy's top right.
Oh, brush.
Heavy down.
Nice, brush is coming on right. Rotating left.
There's someone by me. Ooh, I got one.
Nice.
Okay, check here. There's someone in front of me.
Brush is coming back to me. They're weak. I'm down. See if we can get that check before they come back. Okay, we might...
Oh,
nice.
I sniped somebody.
Getting jet.
Ooh.
And Octobrush got me on tower.
There's a couple here behind the tower. Me and the Hydra are trying to get some people out of the way here. Oh, cool.
Push down.
Somebody.
2 down.
There's one behind the left.
Just one snipe and one behind the block. One spine.
Well, I can go for the heavy. Heavy's
down.
Thank you. I'm just getting rid of the wave breaker. Someone else is on spine. Jump.
Okay.
Oh, behind tower. And in front. Boink. I don't know where these people went. Behind me.
2 on right sponge.
I don't know how that person
They're
isn't
coming out
dead.
right.
Oh,
Still one left.
I thought they were gonna change.
Got Sploosh and Hydra got one. Got one on tower and Hydra's weak. Traded.
That's 3 down. Heavy's on there, just going to spine right now. Oh, they went right. Hello. Oh, hi!
Yep, one's coming in.
You!
On tower. Hit him once.
Fly.
Got him.
Oh, there's three shooting there. Be careful.
Oh no, they flagged me down.
There's 3 on the spine. One more
It's
on the
just
spine.
Hydra. I just
Yeah, I'm just waiting for its charge to be up. There we go.
Oh, one behind the tower.
Heavy down.
Ow,
Brush
dead.
below it.
There's still one by the tower.
Brush ramp.
Yeah, I see brush.
The one's fighting.
Yeah. Booyah incoming.
Coming in jet.
I got heavy.
Got the
Got one.
Booyah.
That's 3 down.
Just
it's
brush.
just
Where's brush?
Behind us.
Behind me, zipping.
I'm just gonna camp the zip. Oh, I thought it was coming in sooner. Whoops. Well, here I am.
I have
Got him.
jet. There's one there. Be careful. Watch out for sploosh.
Nice.
Heavy's behind the tower,
Tower.
trying to
Got
run.
him.
Nice.
2 up top left.
Watch out for Hydra. Got him.
Oh, Squoosh is just... Oh, no, there he goes.
Brush is down.
Nice. I got tower.
Nice.
I got tower.
I'm gonna use it to jump across.
Yeah. One.
Brush on my ouch. Nice.
Nice.
All right. There we go.
We stick.
Papyrus coming in, saying hello, and then the next thing they put down is exclamation mark fart. Expecting a fart command, I suppose. Curious.
That's great, bro.
How are you so good? That's an interesting question. So practice, I guess, would be one answer to that question. Analyzing previous gameplay would be another answer to that question. I have probably played a lot more hours than you have in this game.
Bro's trying to flex.
I mean, if someone's asking that question, it's probably a safe assumption.
That's an aggressive dualies. Be careful.
Oh yeah, they have so much QR. This thing on the real threat.
Blaster's peeking left corner too. Watch out. Oh right. I have the wrong bomb.
Two coming right. Two coming right.
Oh, they're
Pushing
so
back
weak.
with whale. Roller dropped on me. I got one. I got two. I'm down.
Pushing up here.
Yeah. Two behind the tower.
Just gonna inject.
Thank
Got
you.
one.
Good inkjet. I'm gonna get out in front of you and try and protect the jump.
I can inkjet right after this too.
Nice.
One top right.
I'm marked, so I'm gonna play it safe. Moving up.
I have inkjet.
Got one.
I'm gonna have to use it here.
Nice.
Dooley's on me.
Roller's right.
Got him.
Drop.
I got the roller. No one's on tower. I got it now. I landed.
Alright.
Nice.
Top right, two.
Yep, two. I'm gonna go down. Two in front.
Oh, I traded with one. Roller's over the top right, and then one's on the left.
One drop, Dooley's.
Ooh.
Ah, shoot, I tried to save that.
Dooley's weak.
Got the Dooley's. I'm gonna go down to Blaster.
I don't want to jump into that then.
Yeah. All right.
2v2.
trade roller. Yeah, they got a beacon on canopy.
Oh, I got directed.
Nice one
Oh,
down.
crap. Well, I got one. I'm down to roller on right. They're coming court. Big Kraken.
Oh, that's a Kraken.
At the tower. There's one below me. I'm one shot. Oh boy. There's one another two by
Wailing in.
tower.
Got one.
There's another one around on the
Yeah,
right corner.
Dooley's weak over there.
Oh, there's a blaster,
Blaster
here.
weak. Got him.
Thank you. And
Nice.
Dooley's next. They're one, but they're backing up. Nah.
Dooley's and roller looking left.
Oh, hi roller.
Roller on right.
Go away.
Roller down.
They have beacons behind us.
Blaster on glass got me.
Oh. They jumped. I think someone jumped in behind. Yep, roller did. I'm gonna die. Thank you.
This is probably a bad jump. No, I'm not. I'm good.
One's coming on the right.
Yeah, one right wing and one by Gem. Gem, be careful.
There's
I'm gonna
two
try
on
and
left.
come up
I'm gonna
here.
pop in right here. Got one.
Oh, they're one shot. I got one.
Nice.
That's
Got two.
two.
One in court still. Got him.
Nice.
And two on me. Wailing because I can't see him. There we go. Got one.
Someone DC'd on their
Got two.
side.
Just roller.
Roller's trying to come back up. I'm trying
Oh,
to gear.
they're both weak on top right.
I'm down in front. Just
I'm
Dooley's.
down.
Nice.
They're down.
My spot now.
Oh, trying to be a
Cool.
hero.
Nice. I was
I
there.
just stood in front while two people shot at me on their snipe. And I'm like, no way I'm coming out of this alive, but I get to stall for time.
What tips do you have for the crack-on splat roller during Anarchy? I almost said Anarchy. The Kraken roller really needs to get super close to people in order to function, so I would definitely recommend doing whatever it takes to play stealthily. You're not going to get reliable help from your teammates with a lot of this, like you're often not going to have enough paint to work with, and so you'll need to figure out how to paint for yourself, how to use limited paint to be able to do things. Make sure you're using Kraken safely, where you're not... Maybe, like, get a pick and then use the Kraken to get out of a bad situation where they're trying to collapse on you for it. Don't, like, bury yourself too deep in the enemy team with the Kraken unless you know you're going to be far enough away that you're not going to get splatted for it. Nails are cool, thank you. Applo did them at LTC. They're meant to resemble a Squid School thumbnail with the color scheme. I have many tips, Papyrus, and I don't know which ones you need. So more specific questions are generally helpful.
Hey, they're dead. Cool.
Clash is pushing me.
Oh, no.
I traded with it somehow?
Got one. There's another one in mid. Roller.
I'm like 90 Jet.
Kraken in mid.
One in left corner.
No,
be careful.
no, no, no,
Oh,
no, no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no, no.
die. The roller.
Oh, not bad.
Well, I got one.
You're
Yeah.
alone.
Ooh,
Jet.
nice. They're
Oh no, Clash just got right on me. They got beacons on right. This is like my day.
Roller's there.
Dooley's on right as well.
There's two here. Can I have help? Oh. There's another one.
Flash
another
him in.
one.
That Clash.
Okay, there's one by each beacon.
Roller weak
Oh.
on me.
One's rocking on left.
Got
Back.
roller.
Back.
Oh, another roller behind me.
Hi, Clash. What? That moment when you splat the blasters before, like, you splat them first, but a shot still comes out.
Ooh, you're coming on left. Yeah, just
Kraken.
Kraken's after me.
Flash on our Hydra. I got him.
Nice.
I'm marked.
So am I.
90 towards you, Jet. Aw,
Oh,
that-
nice pick.
I'm pushing right.
Okay.
beginning away. One's going
Got
bottom
one.
right.
There's a jump to me. Got him. And got three. Nice.
That's the wipe.
Nice.
I'm just gonna shoot up here and maybe paint the ground.
I'm gonna try to stay safe with my inkjet and just hope the torpedo. Now I'm working with my bomb.
I'm down to roller. Nice. That's two down.
One roller.
Down.
Where's the other one? Top right somewhere?
Yeah, top right.
Top right, dually sculptures. They're getting a jump.
There's a Kraken roller over here. Okay, well. Flash is right
Oh,
underneath
it's
me.
going
Go
through
away.
tower.
Flash is still there.
Both rollers under tower.
Flash on tower.
They're both
Flash
down?
as well.
One's coming towards you.
Got one.
Nice.
Dooley's in front. They're weak. Didn't get him. Oh, nice shots. Nice.
Nice.
Roller up above. They dropped. They're
Uh-huh.
by the beacon. There's a jump to top right.
Going at me. I got the Clash. I got another one. Can someone take tower? I'm literally on top right now.
Kraken's coming.
Oh, top crack.
Got Kraken.
I got Clash. Oh, roller got me top
Got two.
right. Flings is top right.
Flings it down.
Yep. Nice.
Just flash. Got one. I'm down.
Ooh, on my
Cracker's
jump.
going towards me. Got oh, that was nice.
Thank you. Oh, hello.
Oh, that's a bomb. Top right. They're gonna come up behind tower.
Yeah. Our Hydra's got it.
Nice egg.
Flash down.
No, inkjet.
Nice.
The two inkjets.
Good game. Okay, looks like Riah has joined. Oh, apparently Riah joined before the previous game. Sorry for missing you there, Riah. Hello.
Hello.
I've got to turn your volume down a little bit because I forgot to do that. There. Now we should be good. So everybody hit stop, and we'll get Riah in on this next game.
Right.
And that way we won't have to play with a double backline splatling. over and over. Unless that's what Riah plays, I don't know.
I play Wiper.
Okay, that's significantly better for our comp.
Hooray.
Yeah.
I am going
in the
to put up a picture of an animal. Okay. Lobby is remade. And Riah, let me know when you are in the pool so that I can send out the invite.
I am in the pool. Also, it's Raya, not Riah.
Raya, okay. Thank you for the correction.
Sure.
Yes, cat time. That's not a cat. Sorry, bears. We have many sorts of animals. Okay, so we do have cats, and we have many of those cats, but we also have dogs. We also have horses. Oops, I forgot to turn the dogs off so you can see the horses. We have horses. We have bunny, and I keep forgetting to turn them off before I turn on the next one. We have bunny. We have cows. We have frog. We also have burb. See, look at the burb. It's a great burb. So many aminals. Raya, Rainy says hi.
Oh, hi, Rainy.
Is in the chat there. I don't think we have any donkeys
I'm not
yet.
looking at chat. Maybe I should pull that up.
Slydra, Butter was literally the first cat that was shown on the screen. Butter was actually just there, but I mean, I'll take more Butter pics. I'm not going to complain.
Do you have a bear?
I don't have bears either, actually.
Oh.
Okay. I pulled up Twitch.
Okay.
I'm surprised they have a just chat feature. That's interesting.
We're just waiting on Raya. The lobby is up.
Maybe I joined the wrong... Oh, I'm dumb. I put the password at the end of the pool. Oops.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
Bears are best animal. Yeah, I've heard very positive things about bears. Now, granted, I do not recommend like going up and trying to pet a wild bear or anything like that. That's probably a bad idea. Good way to die. But they are fuzzy looking and they are pretty cute. And they are pretty majestic.
I like the one from the Cleveland show.
I wouldn't say that that's a real bear, however.
That's how bears are in the wild. They just have a suit and tie on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm in the pool for real this time.
Lie to me.
All right. I am unable to send the invite again, but it should just show up if you like click R and then L to just like refresh it. Should show up under my name.
Not seeing that. Yeah, no, it doesn't. I've never had that happen before.
Then I'm gonna need to leave the room and resend the invite.
Darn.
So, one more here. Burb. Okay. So you're sure you're in the correct pool
yes. Now? All right,
okay.
I see it.
Okay.
Now make sure to not say the password out loud.
Yeah, don't do that.
Hey guys, the password is...
Got a bunch of people
right.
listening to that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Burb Friend. So Raya's in here now.
Hello.
I do not recognize you, Raya. What team are you on?
I am on. Well, so this tag is from when I was on Silly Little Squids, which was a very low div team. And then I was on the Six Pack Yolks for LTC, and now I am a free agent.
Ah, cool.
But I still have the tag because I don't want to not be able to change it, or if I join a team in the near future.
So Slider asks, Jim, do you like ices? I need to know if so, what flavors. Those are like the like smoothie drinks, right?
It's basically a slushie.
Yeah.
They're a fine ice slushy.
Basically anything with like a good fruit flavor, like a good strawberry or cherry or something like that. I don't know what all flavors there are of that particular brand. Those would probably be what I'd get.
Fun fact, I didn't know what ices were until Riptide last year.
Dang.
Oh, okay, get over here.
I'm dead.
Nice.
We're one down. Be careful, Debbie. Rush on
I'm
left.
pushing them.
Got him.
I pushed the other two back. I'm marked, so they know I'm here. Got the bow.
Swift looking at me from
Not
behind.
anymore.
Nice, thank you.
I got
Moving
technically
up,
a
just
quad,
brush.
but
Rush
we're
on
okay.
me, hit him once, I'm
Brad,
down.
somebody,
Nice.
Got him.
will you please get on the tower?
I'm getting there.
Think.
I was just trying to take a clip of my little delayed quad there. I
Oh,
forgot
okay.
what button it was.
One top right.
Having Chet, if someone doesn't mind swapping, so I can take care of this top right area. I'll
Try and
wait.
get over there.
One.
Go ahead. I'm down.
You're dead.
I
Oh,
got
there's one
sniped as soon
behind
as you
ya.
said that. Nobody's tower.
I'll get there, don't worry about it. I'll land on it. Oh, I sniped it.
Thank you. I would have died.
I am dead to both.
Treasure drop.
Got one.
Got
I
him.
never actually
Nope, never
had
mind.
an
I
icy
lied.
until
Oh, no, I remember, like-
LPC. Fun fact, I had a cherry limeade icy.
Only appropriate. Right. Shucks.
I traded. Holy crap.
Slider says, Devi, I hope your first icy was good.
Yeah, that's why I was commenting that the first one I had was the cherry limeade one.
And hi, Mr. Awesome. Squeeze around tower.
Not anymore.
Let me see.
Rush on me on right. I hit him twice. I'm down.
Got Squeezer.
The
Just
last one's on the
the-
back right.
Try. Yeah, try
Yep.
here.
They're
They're
backing
backing up.
way up. I'm trying to make it so they go all the way. Watch out, everything else is back.
Got
Prince, I'm not
one.
dead yet.
Rush dropped right.
Yep.
Squid down.
Oh.
I'll have
I'm
Ink
gonna
Chet in about
brush.
5 seconds. Yeah, I've got
I'm
Ink
down.
Chet now.
They're zipping.
Oh
That was
goodness!
so sick.
Nice. Two down.
Oh, what?
Nice.
How did I
Okay.
hit the one I wasn't even aiming at? What? Here, Jerry, you were free.
Got one. Got two. Just squiff.
On me.
Still tower.
Go
They're
away!
down.
There we go.
Nice.
I was aiming at the bow and I hit the person beside them. What? Okay.
Big swig with marker. Rain? Big swig has rain? That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
actually
Nice. Swig
insane.
marker.
That could actually be really good for chip damage.
Like, marker is whatever. That's irrelevant. You will never use it. But the fact that the big swig gets
Yeah,
a
combos.
special that's actually worth spamming. Granted, it's not the most spammable of specials because there's going to be the time where it's active where you can't farm it anymore. So that will force it to move up. Man, line marker might still be a big problem for it, but that is definitely a better kit.
My guess is that they're gonna buff marker again, like until it's good. Probably they'll keep doing it, and then that kit will be probably busted.
we will just keep getting the double terrain pain until it's just the entire map.
Good job at going 2, 3, 4, 5 in order in deaths, guys. Bravo.
My guess is that they will raise the damage to 40. And then
They'll do
it'll
something
itself.
with it.
I hope.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Even
Jem,
if the
do you know
damage
any
combos aren't
EU
good, they will
beginner-
still be fun. Sorry.
Chat asks, Jem, do you know any EU beginner tournaments? I don't keep as much track of EU tournaments off the top of my head because I don't live in Europe, so I'm not super familiar myself, but maybe someone else can help you there in chat or something.
Ninja Squid Jr.
I do not know any EU tournaments.
I sadly don't
charger.
know either. Watch out for the charger peeking.
They're both left.
They're pretty much all in mid.
Yep.
Just gonna keep pushing up. I mean, torching jet. I'm just gonna back to
Oof.
save us.
Ooh, I got bombed.
I'll have an ink chit shortly here.
I'm inching now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go around on the right.
That's great.
Oh,
I got one.
Nice.
Got
There's
one.
two behind the tower.
Tower weak.
one on this way.
One more still tower.
Got them both.
Okay. The others have to be respawning, I would think.
Yep, they are. One on the left.
Got him.
Got one. Having
And
chit.
down the missile.
There's a dualies behind the pillow here. Oh, I got sniped. Two left.
Yep. I'm almost.
Oh, dang.
Get out.
Man.
I got body blocked by the dapples and then died instantly.
Get out of
Nice.
Oh, they bubbled. Oh! Top left.
Hello.
Junior.
Surprise.
Junior's still in our top left.
here. I see.
It's just them.
I got a quad.
Nice.
Yay!
Nice. I need more pain.
Okay, I'm not close to ink jet, Terry. You're up.
I'm gonna do a magic trick.
I can make it.
One deleted.
You like to go left a lot.
Two deleted.
Oh. I have ink jet now, but I'll wait till check.
Got another.
I
Charger
hammer.
top right. Two top right.
Dang.
Got one.
Dapples down.
Another one top right.
Missiling them. Or wailing them.
There's missiles on me.
Oh, there was somebody on that.
Just Junior.
That's fun. That's crazy.
Nice.
Got another. Got another. Down.
Nice.
I got the win.
Oh, paddling pool is EU? That's good to know.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's
What was
EU. I just
that?
didn't know if we'd consider it beginner.
Yeah, that's true. Isn't that an open
Is it?
tournament?
Yeah, it's open towards all levels. Yeah, I TO the thing.
Yeah, the name paddling pool, I feel like can be misleading sometimes because people think it's a beginner tournament. It sounds like something that's like for beginner swimmers, you know?
I thought it was a beginner tournament actually.
It is not. Cannot wait to TO. I could not TO it this week because I was literally 1 HP. But next week I get to do it again. And so help me, if any of you ask me after your round 3 if single limb is immediately after, I will lose it. I hate that.
The question was, what's considered a beginner tournament? There are tournaments that are skill capped. That is, they'll take players who have reached certain achievements as a team, and ban them from competing at the event to make it so that, you know, you're not just gonna get destroyed by the best players on Earth. Excuse me. And so that makes it more accessible because you're more likely to be able to make a good tournament run and get further.
Yeah, there's stuff like From the Ink Up, Little Squid League, and there's this really underground one. Nobody's heard of it, called Low Ink.
I got 2.
Tell me more about Low Ink.
Oh yeah, no, it's pretty underground. But,
On
like,
my out, on that jump.
Oh, I'm so dead.
Roller here.
Oh, no, never mind.
We
but
joke
once
because
a
Low
month,
Ink is
there's
more
this-
popular than most other tournaments,
jumping the tower,
even
Jim.
that aren't
Go.
skill capped.
Ooh.
Oh no. I went to LTC and my team went 0-12, and it was the most fun I've ever had in a video game.
My team almost went top 16. I was with persistence. We should have taken that young set.
Nice.
I'm gonna be honest, because I always win.
Still one there. Retreating to mid.
Fine.
Yeah.
We were all at LTC. We all did different things. Oh, there's one beside me.
Wow.
We're 3 down.
There, Booyah. Hey.
Have fun on that landing.
Why not not jump?
I didn't even get to land.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
careful, they're looking at us here. Yeah, they
Check
saw me
everyone
come
over
down
you.
and then you came down the same way, so they were gonna follow you.
How did I? Hello?
Got 1, got 2.
Tower in the bubble.
Yep.
They're 2 down.
Currently
Go for
bubble.
tower.
Hip hop, Raya.
Got 2, I'm down.
Roller is down.
Nice.
Back behind the middle,
Machine
going
is mid.
left.
Left now. Sharking left.
Yep,
Doolies
got
are there. I poked it.
Bullies are down.
Got one.
Oh,
Most
wailing in the
embarrassing
spine.
death I did do a Pailing Bomb.
2 left.
One jumped. One still stuck left.
Outside.
Got him. Another one on me. Got him.
Nice.
Top
Oh,
left
most
on the
are
grate.
fine.
Roller now.
Uh-oh.
Roller on tower.
Nope, I'm gonna go down.
Roll
Nope,
down.
I'm alive. We watch over the Splatling and Dooley.
Dooley's down.
Splatling top left.
I'm down to fall off.
Yeah, I'll get the. Well, there's only 2 of us.
Got the heavy.
Machine and Tetra's going in.
Yeah, I don't have any ink right now.
A Tetra?
Yeah,
To my right, roller.
Yeah, I see it.
It got me with
Roller
follow-up.
down.
Good.
Got roller.
Behind spine.
Pushing spine.
And top left.
They
is the
booyahed
grate.
in response. Got the doolies. Nice
the booyah.
machine's down.
Watch
Which I
out.
did.
Splatling still top left of grate, just waiting to peek.
Yeah, I'm from.
Here, I got tower. I
Roller
got tower,
dropped.
you go.
Roller spine going.
Oh dear. I couldn't move.
Dooley's pushing.
Poking in.
Dooley's
Missing
weak.
on left.
Oh, there's
Dooley's
one behind
down.
me! There's a roller
I-
flank! Roller flank! Right side, right side, right side, right side. They're like right beside
Got roller.
somebody. There's another one on the right.
Yeah, there's 2 on me on right.
Oh, I got a kill.
Nice. Ninja here. It's a little far.
There's 2 on their spine. And 1 top right.
Trading machine.
They're 2 down. I'm trying to go for tower.
Yeah,
Oh, roller got me left.
Okay, yeah, we
They're-
gotta hold this
Up,
left
up,
side. We don't have left side cleared. There's a roller where I'm shooting. And there's a splatling here. I didn't even see them move.
Just gotta paint it around it.
Ah, holy crap.
Careful, we're 1 down.
I got
They're
machine
pushing
jump
up
scares.
left. Thanks for the cover there, Debbie.
One on tower. They drop
Got
back
one
to
with
mid.
Fizzy.
Got 1
That's 2
pushing
down.
in with whale.
Okay, we gotta make sure left side's cleared for
Got
the tower to get
one.
by it.
Yeah.
I have Inkjet as well.
Roller dropped
I
on
have two
me.
Inkjets.
The reek.
Oh no.
Roller
One
coming
on tower.
spy.
Right.
From
And
mid,
there's
from
a
mid.
booyah
Nice
on
shots.
top.
Go roller.
Yeah, watch out.
We need tower still.
I got stuck on G level.
Ah.
Oh no, I can't get there in time.
Yeah, they GG you booyah. It was hard.
Yeah, I went even.
All right. 7 and 15. That's a proper Tetris score right there.
Yeah.
So someone recorded some of the games that my team did at LTC, but the recording was from their phone, and it was a very bad recording. So I'm gonna have to use a replay from today.
Okay. If you like the new league, it's not league. It's like the Smash Bros. Event mode, and it's gonna be fun. It's also not serious in the slightest.
Did you see that they're making Open into like a weird hybrid of League and Open?
Yep.
Yeah, and they're making some of the challenge modes tournament qualifiers. That's great.
Yeah.
cool.
Change gear.
That's gonna be great. I cannot wait to qualify for a tournament with 1-2 buckle my shoe in the extreme jump battle. That's gonna be so much fun. Look, if it's gonna be a tournament qualifier, it better not be something goofy.
There's one going left.
It's
first
going
now.
to be something goofy.
I swear to God.
I bet.
Got two. Third one on me.
Nice.
Fourth one on me. On left.
Yeah, this is the best I can do.
They're backing up on left.
I'm cutting them off. They jumped.
They
Nice.
Look at that.
Upright one.
Blaster on me. Got him.
Blasters down.
Got one.
Got machine.
Top left spawning.
They're going top left.
I have an Inkjet.
Top left
Got
is
him.
down. Blaster on me. Hit him once. I'm down. Okay, that's check. We might be need to leave from there.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
They're gonna be 3 on
Okay.
you.
I'm gonna run away.
How much special power does one man need?
Apparently every spot possible.
What are they? Is it? Oh, as if caster's about to go hard.
Oh, I'm gonna jump out.
Yeah, that does not look safe.
I got one with Fizzy.
I'm just charging for whale.
I'm dead. There we
Bye-bye.
go. Go for tower.
Got
More.
one. That's
The booyah.
nice. Good wipe.
Thank you. Oh. I thought you meant... Okay.
On me, on me, on me, on me!
I mean, the wipe participated in the wipe, you know?
The tower
Yeah.
is not. The tower is in their favor!
I know. I see it. I see it. I'm dead though.
I know, but the other two are pushed up in their base and they're pushing tower!
It is just a Luna. He is Spider-Manning on the pole. How are we getting hit by?
How the heck?
They're jumping in with
They
machines
were
and
all on
they're
the
getting
flat,
fixed.
except for the Spider-Man. Dang.
Got one.
Not want me to play.
Tower down.
Machine's going on right.
Machine weak. On tower, on tower, on tower. Nice. Just Nova in mid.
Got machine.
Nova weak right.
Multiple right.
Blaster also there.
Monster one.
Blaster down.
I'm
Good job. Wow, that is a lot of special
Just
power.
the
Dang.
machines.
Okay, we have two Inkjets ready. I'm on tower though, so if we want to use the second one, I need a replacement.
I got you.
I'm using mine.
No, I'm down to
Falling
play.
left.
One coming far left, machine.
Luna got me on spine. And there's one flanking
Under-
right
behind,
side
behind.
spine.
Yeah, I'm in a really bad spot.
I got
yeah,
a
we're
Riah.
down.
Yep, Luna pushed up and got me.
Is there one bottom left?
Yeah, there's one in middle and one bottom left. I got one. I'm
I
gonna
don't
die
see
to a
anything bottom
bomb.
left. Tower?
Oh, that was machine, not Luna. Okay.
Luna's pushed up. Luna's
Yeah,
casting
machine
her
got
spawn.
me from left. Watch out for Booyah.
There's two of them.
Flanking tower.
Okay.
Two dropped off tower, back end. Three behind
Got
it
one.
now.
Luna's still here. Oh no.
They're wailing me.
I'm down.
I have hammer. Got one.
Just
Oh.
no wink.
Yeah, we needed to clear tower there.
You know, I tried to find the word help that entire time they were pushing tower, and you think I could think of what the word was? No,
Assistance.
I couldn't even think of anything related to it. And I'm like,
Or maybe just
well,
call
what
a
am I trying to
location.
find? That's why I said they're pushing tower, but I couldn't figure anything else out.
Could just say like tower, tower, tower.
I did.
Ah. You said it was a proper Tetris score last game. That's the kind of thing that you tend to see a lot of Tetris getting. I mean, obviously the ideal ratio is just, 100 kills and 0 deaths, but, like, dying a lot as a Tetris isn't necessarily a bad thing as long as you're getting value. Generally, you do want to at least be getting assists off of those.
Yeah, trying to make openings for your teammates.
After watching Wiper play at LTC, I noticed that the way that Wipers were feeding is that they would get a lot of damage before they went down, and then their QR would activate because they didn't actually get any splats. But their teammates could. They were all there. The end
Keep
and
running in and over and their
your
teammates
opponents were
just have
soft.
to look.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, like on my team, I play with Stan, who mainly plays Stamper, but can switch off to Wiper, and like he just plays off of King Jaw so much. With like King Jaw plays flat roller, but Drogo's part of it. He's dipped like half the plus server at this point.
Whew. One right side.
Ballpoint's just looking left. I'm just waiting for them.
Got range.
Range on right.
No, still on right. They pop
I'm
jack.
getting zooped, or ink-shedded.
Nice.
Oh, did I peek in front of it? I peeked in front of it. Whoops. Dynamo got me.
I died to a
Where'd you
bomb,
down?
but I traded.
And I'm ink-jetting here. Everything. Oh, okay. Got
Put you
the
down.
point. Range blasters on the job.
Got one.
They pop wave.
Okay, 2v2. Dynamo on left, and the ballpoint's the other one we want to watch out.
I got one.
Nice. I'm down. Ballpoint got me from glass.
I
Nice.
got him.
I
That's
got
two
him.
down. Where's roller?
I don't know. Oh, left.
Left.
Behind.
Got him.
Nice.
Oh, blaster got me. Blasters on right.
Pushing
I
blaster.
didn't get him. They got me.
Blaster down.
Jim, you're
You're
last.
the only one. You are the only one. Top right, and one's coming out left.
What? Is
Up
that a
all
curling
point.
bomb? Oh, roller behind Raya. Raya.
I see him.
They ran forward. So they're back with their team now.
They didn't notice where I was, so I could.
Popping
I don't
in jet
know.
here.
Okay, good.
I think they're
Roller
right
tower?
in
Tower down.
Oh, blaster got
Blaster
me.
mid.
You guys can pinch
Blaster
it.
down.
Oh,
I got one.
I think it's just ballpoint now. On left.
Yeah, all point.
I'm just gonna paint.
Roller is.
Inkjet in the
is
air.
one. I'm down.
Got one.
Can I jump to you? Oh, I'm down.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jump to me.
I'm doing it anyway.
Have fun with that.
We're trying.
Winning jet.
Hi,
Red.
Blaster. Oh
Reach
no.
down.
It's just
Really?
Got to.
Oh, the wave breaker.
2 on tower. I'm here with you.
Oh, ball point came in.
And ballpoint got me.
Ball point's weak. They're in a better spot now. You can try to go for a flank, Raya.
It's
Dynamo's
just you
looking at
two
me.
at the moment. We
I had
might
to jump.
just come back to the tower.
No!
Blaster down.
I almost can't
Dynamo's
the ball
from
point
right.
jump.
Rollers behind the tower. 1.
Dynamo 1.
Blaster's also there. Oh, never
Ball point
mind.
is
Just
1.
roller.
Roller
Roller.
weak. Left.
Oh no, I thought you got him.
Nope.
I saw you explode and went, oh, the roller's down.
No, the other one in front of him took the shots for him.
Yes.
I don't know where the inkjet jump is.
Got
Okay,
him.
well.
Popping
Roller
eject
on
here.
me. Got him.
Roller
What?
left.
That was
Roller
laggy.
down.
I'm dead.
Got blaster.
2v1.
Trying to get on the tower. I'll be there in a sec.
I'll take it. You guys go. I'm on it.
Roller's pushing.
Oh, never mind. I jumped. Somebody else was
Got
here.
Dynamo.
Nah. Thought I had cover.
1.
Good lead.
Nice. Hooray.
Traded.
Got Blaster.
Oh.
Dynamo's top right corner.
Nobody's on tower. I'm gonna get it.
Dynamo
No,
1.
Dynamo's there. Don't go up, Dynamo.
I just
Oh,
want to
right,
leave.
coming.
No.
Blaster's on the right.
You're gonna be pushing up.
I got Blaster.
Dynamo
Ball
tower.
point's got my number.
Roller's around here somewhere. Be careful.
There, inkjetting.
Alright,
Using all the
that-
specials
Roller
for
specials
spec.
here. They're wasting.
Yep. Watch out underneath.
Blaster
Dynamo's just
down.
gonna ledge peek. Got
That's 2
Dynamo.
down. Roller
Ball point.
tower.
3 down.
Roller
This is
weak.
literally just
They
roller.
ran away.
Roller's backing up.
This I'm gonna get these
There's a
jumps.
jump. Nice.
I got 2. Oh, there's one here still.
Yep, roller come back.
Two.
Roller come back. On the tower.
I got it.
Ballpoint
A hammer.
blast. There's a jump to it. Blaster. We
Holy
don't have
crap.
to push. We just need to stay
Awesome
alive.
aim. Wow, that was impressive.
Okay. Nice one.
Backing up. There's a push on left. They might be going after this jump.
They got me.
There
Roller
There's 2
tower.
rollers guarding the
Back
tower.
up.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I snuck on before the Dynamo's flick came out. All right. We'll call it there for the Anarchy Open. And we'll get to the VOD reviews next. So I believe I've got a replay code from NM, I know. I don't think I've got one from Raya yet. So Raya, why don't you work on getting me that in the meantime?
Oh.
And while I'm doing that, I'm going to share the screen in Discord so that you're able to see it without any delay.
Alright, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
All right.
I think I might want you to just review that last game because I haven't played since LTC, and I feel like I improved a lot while I was at LTC and right leading up to it. So
Well, that's easy enough.
yes.
What's the paintbrush special? Wavebreaker is what we've seen.
It's curling wave breaker.
Yep. Okay. NM said that they were going to the bathroom, so I'll wait just a second here, but... Deco getting Kraken and point sensor. Point sensor, I thought... Oh, right, yeah, we were just speculating wall, because that's what it got last time. Yeah, I don't feel like it getting Kraken is, like... I don't know. It's definitely the best Kraken weapon if it gets it, so I guess there's that. But... I also don't know that, like, we really need Kraken to be in the meta for any reason. I have a pretty low opinion of that special. It's good for its survivability as a main weapon, but I don't know, when your special gives survivability and their special gives like massive team-wide displacement, I feel like that's not what you're looking for.
I'm back.
All right.
Welcome back.
Are you able to see the Discord stream now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, cool. So we're getting starting with NM's VOD review. This is NM on the Tri-Slosher, the Tri-Niveau, that is. Playing with a Stamper, a Roller, and a Neo Splash. So this is a really, really shark-heavy comp, which makes some sense on any of the Flounder maps, really. Gives both the Roller and the Slosher will give you the ability to hit up over ledges, and they're also really good sharking weapons. Plus, playing aggressively with like Tacticooler is a pretty good option for those kinds of weapons to be able to move up. So I think that makes some sense. Your Neo Splash is going to have to play so incredibly supportive, but that weapon, as we know, is perfectly capable of doing that. I would point you towards how Alliance Rogue was able to beat Starburst using Gray as the paint bot to end all paint bots to support Volti. They hit over 3K painted in a match, which I don't know that I've ever seen before.
Crazy.
Outside of like people paint trading for reflux, back when that was a thing you could do. So we're playing the really aggressive comp that's looking to just get Sharkers into position and get picks. The Stamper is not a bad anchor option for this because it's still going to be able to hit from a pretty decent range and play safe and anchor, but it's also going to be able to like put extra damage down to maybe trade back opponents who got the sharking weapons that it couldn't follow into battle. So that's not a bad plan there. You're going to be up against a more of a stalling kind of team, a little bit more stally. They're still running a Tri-Nouveau, so still relatively aggressive, but on top of that, they've got a V-Splash, which is going to be, playing for Crab Tank, as we know, and the Machine, which is more going to be trying to, like... Those two weapons are more likely to try and paint you out and, like, let you run yourself into them. And so that's something that... kind of defines the difference between these two teams, I think, because you've both got a Neo Splash and a Tri-Nouveau, and so when you're comparing comps, looking at them, you always look for what's different between these two comps. What are the things that are going to determine how your win conditions differ. So, by the way, was this coordinated, or was this just like solo queue or something?
This was during SOS yesterday. This was
Okay.
during the second round of Great White against, I think it was Sanctuary. We lost this one, but then we brought it back, and we went all the way to get third place during that.
Okay. So this is a match, against the team that you're capable of beating, that you lost, and you're trying to think, like, why is it that we lost this one and not the others?
I know why we lost. Flounder Heights is just always weird. It's like a whole different meta compared to the other game. But it's like, as I've said, I want to be able to get more aggressive, and Tri-Slosher should be aggressive, but I was not playing aggressive during this match at all.
Okay.
I was not doing it how it was supposed to be. And if I want to go down the route of S-Blast 92, I don't think I'm going to bring that into competitive. We'll see how it is on launch. But man, they killed us with that kit. They killed us with that kit, man.
That main weapon had better be absolutely broken if it's going to have that kit. Like, it needs to be a better main weapon than the Tetradualies for that to be worth it. So, I don't know. I feel like that's going to be its problem, and that it just needs to wait for a second kit. But we'll see. So one thing to think about here is that you're saying that you feel that you need to play aggressive, and that's what this weapon does. You do also have a roller on your team. If your roller is playing aggressive and is able to pop off and whatnot, like, it may be redundant to have a second player who's trying to do that sort of thing. It might be that, like, the reason you weren't playing as aggressively was maybe that they needed paint support, or they needed, like, chip damage from fizzies or something like that, or, that there might be a reason just comp-wise that you felt funneled into that playstyle, but we'll have to take a look.
Yeah. Like, I usually play supportive. I did a scrim against, like, Sanctuary, like, before, where we tried using the triple QR comp. It did not work well. I tried playing Try more supportively, and it was doing a little better. I was trying to do that here, but maybe I shouldn't, because this is literally Flounder Heights. Like, Stan and Ja were doing a good job of being aggressive. I just couldn't really play off that, and I really get picked off a lot here.
Okay. By the way, thank you for the 7 months, Nexlation. Really appreciate it. They say, summer school. Not a fan, but I'm willing to make an exception. Excellent. Okay. So we're moving up. There's a part of me that actually just wants to watch this from the overhead, but I think I'll stay to your perspective for now. Okay, so we come out in... One thing that kind of defines your ability to play aggressively is whether you're playing around stealth or not. And one thing that I would point out about this is that you're rolling out in the single most obvious position to move to. So from here, at least, playing aggressively isn't really the play. You're going to be in a kind of spam bombs, wait for something to happen sort of position. With a teammate going down as well, now we got to just kind of back up a little bit.
Yeah.
There's, the thought, like, maybe I just run forward and go for a trade, but a trade here just benefits the enemy team more because it keeps you guys staggered. There are a lot of situations where it's good for you to run in for a trade. I don't think this is actually one of them. I think here you really probably just wanted to get out of this position. Did you say you normally play more supportive?
Yeah, I mainly play support for my team. I mainly play, like, V-Splash most of the time.
Looking at that singular play right there, that makes a lot of sense, because you're playing basically like a Splatoon 2 Splattershot Junior. You're positioning basically in the back lines and throwing bombs and waiting for something to happen in front of you before you go in. And as an aggressive weapon, what your ideal situation is that you are not seen by the enemy team. They don't know where you are, or at least if they did see you, they don't know exactly where you are. They don't know what corner that they need to not peek. And the whole time there, we were just kind of sitting on our own zone, which is the one place on the map that the enemy team is likely to look at. Have you seen my analysis? Like, do you know what I mean when I talk about the objective line?
The objective line?
Yeah. I'm guessing that's a no, so I am going to pull up sendodetic/plans really quick and give you a brief explanation of this concept. Okay, and this is Flounder Heights, splat zones, overhead, set background, and then we switch the screen so that it's actually looking at that. Beautiful. And we'll just stretch it out the tiniest bit so we can see that a little better. Okay, so that should be visible to you, and it should be visible to everybody on stream now.
Okay,
And I almost feel like I could do weather person things. Like if I had a bigger green screen, I could totally just be like, And here we have, oh my god, everything's reversed though. That would be a pain in the butt to learn. Anyway, looking here, so we've got, in splat zones, what really matters the most is what FLC calls the hot zone, which is the area where you are capable of painting the zone from. And so that's basically, this kind of area, like so. So this spot right here is what you might call the hot zone. This is just literally, here is where you're capable of painting the zone effectively from. And the goal of splat zones is keep the enemy team out of this area. So effectively what you want is a defensive perimeter, keeping the enemy team out of this line, basically, out of this area. Now, in every game mode, I kind of talk about a concept called the objective line, which is basically the path that you take as you gain more and more control of a map. So let's say, theoretically, you're getting, spawn camped really hard, and so you start from here, and then you clear the spawn camp, and then we start being able to get more and more of our area. We start being able to take a ramp. We move up to ramp. Then we move up to here. We take zone, and now we're starting to cross over into the enemy side. And the objective line basically looks like this. This is, as you gain more and more control of the map, you're going to move, on average, if you average all of your team's positions, along this line. So once you have control about here, once you're at this point on the line, which would mean that you have, actually, okay, so if you're at this point on the line and you're going to be able to stand there safely, you need control of about this area right here so that you're not going to get shot for existing. This is the point where it's safe for you to stand before, if you walk any further forward, you're crossing a line where you're probably not going to be able to come back. If you're able to get your team's position on the objective line up about that far, then you're able to keep them off the zone pretty effectively as long as, we're watching out for flanks and, covering all of our positions well as a team. So one of the useful things that you can do with the objective line is use it as a predictive tool to figure out which direction your opponents are likely to be looking. Because if at the beginning of the game, we're dead even and it's like just right across the middle is what we control here, in order to move forward and take more control, or in order to protect themselves from threats from the enemy team, either way, the enemy team needs to be looking in this direction on the objective line. They need to be looking towards over here. And the problem that I see with your early positioning, if you're trying to play aggressively, is that if your opponents are going to be looking this way, and you're going to be right here, they're going to see you. And that takes away your ability to play stealthily. The hard part of the Tri-Slosher is, and has always been really, can you get close enough to the enemy player? That's kind of the central question of the weapon. Because you can definitely succeed if you get on top of someone with the Tri-Slosher. It's one of the most consistent trading weapons in the game. It has a massive hitbox, pretty fast and reliable kill time. There are some weapons that can maybe shred it before its second slosh comes out, but especially with latency and most of the time, if it gets on top of you, it's going to at least trade. But the challenge, again, is that it doesn't paint super well for itself. It's not super fast. And so it actually getting onto you in the first place is, what you've got to stop from happening. Well, if they see you right here and you're just kind of like putting out paint in this area the whole time, they know you're there all along, and playing aggressively is impossible because they're always going to paint defensively if they know what they're doing to keep you from getting on top of them. So if you're going to play aggressively, and again, I repeat that might not be necessary given the comp that you guys have, what you want to be doing is trying to get yourself off this objective line, trying to get yourself into a position where they have to look away from what they want to attack you. This flank right here, or this flank right here, are scary because they don't want to be looking that way. They want to be looking over here instead. The flank from underneath, where they're coming up this wall. This looks like it's, right in the correct direction, but if we look at it in 3D space, so here's the bottom trench where the player is, and here's where the enemy player is, they want to be looking this way. They don't want to have to be looking this way. And so that's a way that you can catch them off guard. We want to be coming from a direction that they're not just like automatically going to be looking at by default. And that's why I talk about the objective line in that way, because that lets you predict where they're going to be looking in general as they move up. So that was the first 20 seconds. Let's, see if we get more of a kind of coordinated effort going from here now. And this is all good. We need to be getting a bunch of paint on the ground. We need to be, painting defensively to keep them away. Under most circumstances, I would say that player to the right, who's, just look at the 74 and look straight down from there with the tacticooler.
Yeah.
Under most circumstances, I would say just jump down and put 2 sloshes in the air, and you will probably splat them, and you will probably get it cleanly. The one reason I might caution you against that in this situation is that they have tacticooler, and so if their teammates trade you back, it's not worth it. But that is definitely like a guaranteed splat if you just like swim off, jump up. The jump is actually important because then they'll have to aim upwards to be able to hit you instead of just aiming straight ahead where they're already looking. But that would probably be like guaranteed to go for. There, we get it anyway. So good job playing it safe and being able to get it. From here we have cooler, so we, as soon as our teammates are ready, we want to get that up. Cooler, ideally, we want to be putting on their way so that they don't have to back up. One concern here might be that King Jaw goes up while Storm is backing up to get the cooler, and that creates separation between them. But this is, probably about the best that we can do given the situation. We're just not, already further behind the rest of the team. But we want to maybe be calling for King Jaw to wait 1 second for us to get drinks first. Okay, good pick there. Ooh, that was scary, because that player probably could have traded you back, although trading is fine because you've got the cooler. But we want to be calling for our teammates to push in with us while that's happening. Looks like King Jaw is, so far so good. We get control. That's a lot of sloshes. What it might be good to do if you're trying to push this player and not just, paint for space, is throw out, a slosh or 2, and then just swim instead of continuing to slosh repeatedly here. That's giving this player in front of you a little bit more time to respond, and it might just be good to get in there. Yeah, they get away in that time. Now, you do get the jump, which is awesome, but I think you probably could have also gotten that player. From here, we're again going into support instincts. The support instinct is stay behind my teammates and throw bombs. And so in a situation where we want to be, getting control of the enemy ramp, we're kind of bunching up on top of our teammates and just throwing bombs in a way that they're not going to reach an important spot on the map. If you see this happening, especially as an aggressive weapon, you want to think, okay, that's already covered, so that's where the opponents are going to be looking. Where do I want to actually be to attack them from? What's my flank angle if I've got my teammates covering all of this for me? Because what you don't want to happen is for the entire enemy team to be able to look at all of you guys in one spot. You want to be creating off angles. You want to be making it so that they have to look in 2 different directions to find you guys. And the way that we are right now, they only have to look in one direction, and that allows them to encircle you. That also allows them to not have to worry about flanks and to move forward more confidently. Given that, again, you're trying to play one of the more aggressive weapons, it's kind of up to you to create those flank angles. You're the one who wants to be in that position that's hard for them to look at. So I don't know if, given the situation as it is, that means you necessarily want to be dropping down into their street. But if someone were to do a play like that, if someone were in a position to try and make that happen, you would probably be the one here because your roller is down, and so you don't have that other aggressive player to be doing this for you. You don't want your splash to be doing that because they've already got their special. You don't want your stamper to be doing that, at least not yet. They have their caster, and they also are the anchor of the team. So it's probably you, if anyone, who's going to be pushing up and doing that. Now, there's a time and place to go for flanks, because sometimes you're not safe going for those, but when that does happen, you're one of the ones who wants to be looking for it. It was probably enough sloshes that you, if you didn't get them with those, then they were missing. And so there's maybe an extra slosh or two in there. It's important for the sake of saving ink, and it's also important for the sake of limiting information that the enemy players have about your position. So we drop down here. Enemy player knows where we are, but we get that anyway because we are a tri-slosher. Hear us roar. So from here, this is a little bit tricky. You really want to commit to one player or the other if you're going to go for this. And, like, you have Tacticooler, so it's not the worst idea to go for this as long as you still have it by the time the fight actually happens. So you get this player. And then, as we're going up here, I would probably sit and wait on the wall for just an instant to look and see if I can figure out an opponent's position, unless I've got someone called out for me already. And this might be, you're just acting on hearing that someone's on zone and that they're fighting and that you need to go. But if this is, in a vacuum, what I want you doing is sitting on this wall for like half a second just to see, okay, that's where the player is. So here's how far I need to get before I can splat them. So that you're not, because that slosh right there gives a lot of information away. And if you aim it closer to your feet, just enough to paint, then maybe you notice that the player on the left is there by the time you swim up to them. Maybe the player to your right doesn't realize that you're on your way. This ends up being a really unsafe position, although it looks like you get away with it. Another thing about limiting information here. When you drop down over the ledge here, notice that you drop down and then immediately come up from the same angle. So if someone was looking at you when you went down and just waited, they would see you come back up again. And I think that's probably what happens here against the enemy tri-slosher. That they're just waiting to see if you pop up at the same angle again. Whenever you create a barrier between you and the enemy team, whenever you have like a smoke screen or an angle that they can't see or something, you always want to be moving so that you're someplace they don't expect when they see you next. That's one way that you can help maintain stealth and stay aggressive, is to make sure that like you're bearing in mind where you were seen last and trying to be someplace else the next time that you're seen. But looks like we should be able to still get control here and get the lead. Yeah, definitely get lead here. Nice. Okay, and at this point, we're starting to try and paint up for a cooler and maybe work our way into their base. It looks like we're going to run out of time for that play before they're on top of us, so we have to play a little bit defensively now. One thing I would definitely be doing here, and it doesn't look like anybody's covering, is looking over the wall on their plat. Because you can slosh up over that wall and hit someone as they're trying to swim up the wall. And that might be a way to deter them from getting a flank angle on you. I'm worried that someone gets up that wall here and is actually able to get around and stop you. Okay, you just get stopped from ramp in the end. But notice how you died, and then King Ja died, and whoever your stamper, I don't remember their tag. Stan. And they're dying in the same spot. That's because that's the only spot that the enemy team had to look at. If they have to look at something else, if there's someone drawing them in a different direction, then they're split up a little bit more, and they can't just focus fire on the same location. But they kind of just take that spot without having to really use a lot of resources. They've still got their crab tank. They ended up just kind of burning their booyah bomb, like they didn't even really need it. So they actually kind of wasted that special in the end, but like you can see how easy it was to push in because all they had to worry about was that one spot. As soon as they, had that spot painted and your feet were all painted, all three of you went down. That's a position where you're not getting attacked by an enemy player. You're getting attacked by tri-strikes. And the jumping when you're sloshing is actually kind of dangerous there because the jumps are going to make it so that you don't have access to swimming for as long. Being airborne is always slower than being on the ground in your own ink because you can swim when you're on the ground and you can't swim in the air. So some of the time it's not worth it to be jumping while you slosh. Some of the time, even though, it helps you stay mobile in a fight or it might scatter the paint a little bit more differently or something, there are also times where you just want to keep your feet on the ground so that you're able to escape. Someone over there. Nice. Glad you were able to catch them there. From here, probably your only chance is to be squid rolling off of this wall and hoping that the tri-slosher misses a shot. Because otherwise you're just going to go down. Might not have even had time for that in the end. The pick that you did get on the wall, I probably, if you're going to commit to it, you probably want to move forward a little bit more and cut off more of the wall, because there were ways for them to swim around the sloshes you put out there, but you did happen to catch them. Also, swimming further forward means that they actually have a worse angle on you from the bridge that they got you from. That there's only, they have to be up on that ledge to be able to get you. They can't do it from the bridge anymore, because they're going to hit the corner. Staying alive for now, really close to cooler. I would probably pop the cooler fairly quickly here. Whole team is here, and we've also got another special ready to go. Let's get this show on the road. And the team is already in there. I think there was just a little bit of a disconnect here, because you pop cooler, but I don't think anybody else grabs it, and they're already up on the zone without you. So I kind of like the speed that they're playing at. If it's possible for you to get further forward before you pop that cooler so that they can grab it on their way up and so that you're up here while the fight is taking place. Because, we've already lost King Ja, and you haven't even seen an opponent yet. So there's a little bit of a coordination thing. And, that sort of thing is really hard, especially if it's like a pickup or something. From here, we can't afford to be patient. Obviously, we don't want to run straight into an explosion or something, but if we don't get to the zone in 6 seconds, we lose the game. And this is a really, really large map, really slow to get to those zones. So we can't be, zoning people out with bombs. We've really got to be running for it right now and just going for those picks as soon as we can get them. Okay, we did end up getting... Beautiful, we get a wipe. Good stuff. So it's good that you were able to get into a position where you were able to hold the zone without dying. That was really useful to the team. That was good, supportive stuff. So we've got this, and now we want to look for those push-in and trades situations. Nice. There is still the machine up there. This position that you drop into... The problem with it is that the enemy team is already past you here. And so, this position is great if they have to run at you from spawn. But once they're already past you, they can just ignore you and focus your teammates. And so dropping down actually puts them at a numbers disadvantage. So you probably want to be going after the player who's up on plat, up on that wall that you saw, if you can help it.
I tried doing that, but I messed it up.
And one of the reasons I think that it doesn't go well is that you're taking, again, a very visible line to get there. If you went up behind that wall, only people who are on their way to that wall or already on that wall can see you. But since you go from ramp, people can see you from rail, people can see you from their street, people can see you from their ramp, people can see you from zone. It's a much more visible angle that's much closer to the objective line. And so because of that, you don't have your stealth, and you end up getting spotted out really quickly because you're behind enemy lines. Good swimming there. And we get the zone capped again. I like that we use a fizzy there. They're going to go up the wall here. So from this position, you want to either be pushing forward faster, or you want to be backing up a little bit more. I think staying where you are is kind of a no man's land, because if you let that machine get up onto the wall, they're going to get into a position where they can start pushing you back from here. So if that's what you're concerned about, then you need to go and get that machine before they get up the wall. If you're not trying to contest that machine and you're just trying to give jumps, well, those jumps aren't especially safe from right here, so you probably want to be backing up a little bit further. So I think standing like out in the open there, like you don't have a lot of cover to work with, you don't have the range to hit the machine, you need to kind of make a decision between one idea or the other here, or else you're just going to get forced out for free, I think. Or like let your teammates die as they jump in. We end up trying to go in then, but at that point there's a crab tank up, there's 2 enemy players in front of us, we're a player down, we're the furthest player forward, and we're coming in from an angle that they're already going to be looking at. So this is a position where, you know, yeah, we've got the tacticooler, but it probably wasn't worth it to go for this from this angle at this time. Okay, so we forced them off the zone to the right street there. If we cap this and then just use our ability to slosh over walls to keep them away, that might be the ticket. Oh man, if we go down here, yeah. So what I wanted you doing there was getting right up next to the wall, spotting out where they're going to be coming from, and putting sloshes over the wall to prevent them from climbing the walls. Because like 2 members of their team, I think, were down there at least. They needed to climb walls to get to the zone in time to save the game. And if you're putting sloshes that even just prevent them from doing that, they can't fight back, and you stop them, and you can probably kind of single-handedly win the game that way. But the problem is that we, instead of preventing that from happening, we stay really far back from the ledge, and that gives this machine enough time to get all the way over the ledge and win a fight cleanly against us while we're standing on the zone. So we end up dying on zone there, and they end up being able to keep another one of our teammates busy, and so we end up losing zones there. So super close. Like, you guys almost had it at the end there. But I think the big thing there was just, you know, play the weapon to its strengths, recognize, oh, they're bottled up in this spot, and my weapon has this unique capability to keep them away, so let's just zone them out and, you know, stall the game out long enough to win. Do you have any questions about that particular game?
No, I don't. I think it's pretty obvious. Like, my supportive mindset is affecting Cooler a bit. Cooler, but Tri-Slosher. And, I mean, how I'm trying to play it is that I'm thinking too much like a support player. I definitely want to think more of, like, you know, more of that a Slayer, and I just got to be taking more off angles more. You know, that type
off
of
angles,
stuff.
Stealth is really important. So like think about when you throw bombs so that you know like what kind of information you're giving the enemy team. Think about like when your team is going in, like you want to be going in at the same time as them and not like following up after them or not going in before them. I think that about covers that there. Again, really close one, and good job, you know, being able to beat him and get as far as you did. But do you have any other questions?
No, not really anything else.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show, and good to meet you at LTC. We're going to move on to Raya's VOD review now. Raya, you here?
Mm-hmm. I'm eating peanut butter on toast.
Excellent. That is a great thing to be doing. So, like Raya said, they have not played since LTC, and so the match that they decided to go with was the one that we actually played on screen. So we'll get to kind of have a look at how this goes.
Real quick.
Mhm.
Let me check that I don't have. Is this from? I might have some replays from. Okay, no, never mind. Go ahead. I was gonna see if I had any replays from a scrim I did before LTC, but I don't.
Gotcha. Okay. So here we go. We're rolling out into mid here. It looks like you're the furthest right, and you're in mid. So what you should probably be looking for here, when you can, is a player on the left-hand side, because this probably means that the other aggressive weapons are going to be on the left, and that maybe you can pinch around through middle or something. So that's something to be looking for, especially since you're the most aggressive weapon on the entire team. So we end up flanking right. So
I usually end up going right on this map, so.
Gotcha. And this is something that we can definitely be communicating more, because I'm part way in streamer mode and not entirely in competitive play mode. Normally, if I were playing a tournament set, I'm communicating immediately, like before the match is getting started, where it is I'm planning on rolling out, so that everyone knows, not to get too split from me. Because what's happening right now is that we're on exact opposite ends of the map. You can take a look at where I am and where you are. This spread is really unhelpful because neither of us can help trade back if one of us goes down.
Yes.
And so we want to avoid this kind of thing. And so in solo queue, for example, like let's say we didn't have a coordinated environment. If you see that the majority of the team is rolling out to the left like that, then it's not a bad thing to take an off angle exactly, but you've got to be able to converge with them when a fight starts. And if one of them is going far left, then that fight is very likely to start on the left. And from the right side, it's going to take you a really long time, and you're going to have to fight through a lot of enemy players to ever get to the left-hand side, to the point where this is effectively not teamwork anymore. This is just us taking two solo flanks and hoping we don't die.
I see.
So that's a thing, especially in coordinated environments, that you want to make sure you're setting up, that everyone's going to... The rule is you want to be taking the same fight at the same time. So that doesn't mean you have to be in the same place. In fact, you definitely need to not be too close to each other, because then you all die to the same bomb or something. Or, we were talking about this actually in the last VOD review, where everyone was clumped on top of each other, so the enemy team only had to look in one direction. That you want to avoid. But even if you're completely surrounding the enemy team and getting, like, people on 180 degrees apart from each other, you still want them attacking the same player at the same time. You can't have them split up that much and expect the engagement to go super well. So, Range Blaster is able to just win the 1v1 there, and because we were taking two different fights at the same time, we won one of them, we lost another one of them, which leaves us at even numbers, and you never want to, especially in solo queue, you never want to leave your team at even numbers, especially when you lose agency over the game, because at that point it's just a coin flip. At that point, you're leaving your team in a position where it's up to them whether you win or lose, not being up to you whether you win or lose. Now, if you leave your team in a 4v1 position, 3v1 position, and they end up, getting... The enemy team ends up getting a triple kill, okay, I mean, you did the best you could, right? But, most of the time, if you're going to go in and die, you want to at least make sure that you got value from doing that your teammates are reliably going to be able to follow up on. Okay, so ends up being 3v3, and I'm kind of in the corner here. They probably should have pushed me a lot harder than they did, especially I didn't recognize that NM had backed up that hard, but I end up just like stealing the range blaster away because they don't realize I'm here. If this were a coordinated, actually, wait, they have the same tag. Did they not call me out down there? That's bizarre. Sprig was already shooting at me when I was down there, and so the range blaster probably should have known to be careful about that corner, but I guess, I don't know, they got distracted or it didn't get called or something. I end up getting the range blaster even while the ballpoint is looking at me there. I'm assuming they're on a team because they've got the CCI star before their tag. So
I think it's them two are on a team, but the other two are just randoms.
Right, probably. So I'm down here, just making the ballpoint miss me. So let's zoom in now to see your side of things, because we've made our point about what's going on over here. But notice that like a lot of the game so far has been played on the left side, and we're still hugging the right. I don't think you should like lock yourself into one idea of I push right on this map. If looking at what the team does, you're not going to be able to.
It's conscious habit.
Yeah. So make sure that you're not like falling into habits or anything like that. Make sure that what you're doing is a direct response to what's actually happening on the map. And a lot of the time, that's going to funnel you into the same kinds of positions. Like you're probably going to go left or right, but have a menu of options and make sure that you're having some deliberate thought about where you're going to go based on what's going on in the state of the game. The ideal kind of flank situation in my experience on Hagglefish, and I'll pull that up really quickly. This is Hagglefish Tower, and we'll switch over to here. Boink. The ideal kind of flank situation on Hagglefish is not to put one person around here and one person around here at the same time, because these two players are very unlikely to actually meet up and be a part of the same fight. What's much more realistic to happen is to have maybe one person go around left and one person push through middle and catch someone that way, or have someone push through like here, and that way it's much less danger that you have to move through in order to get to this area right here, which is where a fight is going to be happening. So you either want to be doing that, or you want to be doing like this kind of thing.
I'm noticing that the way I think about flanking is that you want to be behind them, but it's more about that they just can't be looking at two people at the same time.
Getting behind them is pretty unrealistic in this game. The maps are hallways. It's very difficult to actually get all the way behind them. The real idea here, the source of all teamwork is shoot at the guy who's shooting at your teammate.
Yes.
So even if you're just taking, if there's a guy right here, even if you're just doing this is effective. This is an off angle. Because this player has to look this way. When to shoot you, they would have to look this way. That's all you really need.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to get on top of someone, step on their toes, and make it difficult for them to move around. You don't want to get to a position where they can paint both of your feet at the same time, anything like that. So there is a certain amount of distance you do need, but there's definitely also too much distance.
Yes. It seems like having two people looking at the same person. Basically, if you can get two people looking at the same person and not have to take a flank to be in different positions, that seems more effective than flanking, actually.
Exactly.
Since it's a lot faster.
Yeah, because flanking takes a really long time. And any of the time that you're spending getting into position for a flank is time that your team is effectively in a 3v4.
Exactly. Okay.
So, I actually... shoot. If me and Devi hadn't gone down here, I would actually really like this idea. We're getting some torpedoes in there. Now, with those torpedoes, you don't just want to chuck them and be like, torpedo, 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 I'm helping, torpedo. That's not what you really want to be doing with these. What you want to do with the torpedo is you throw it up there, and it tells you whether there's someone down there. And then once you know, okay, there's nobody in X position where they could go in and splat me, then you move up and take that position and make it so that, like, you're now in control of that space, or you're sharking and waiting for someone to move by you. Because sitting back here and throwing torpedoes is never going to get you a pick. It's not going to stop anybody. But throwing the torpedo to get information and then moving yourself in with the main weapon and being in a flank position for a hammer, that's something that could really get a lot of value. So instead of throwing the second torpedo, which will just let them figure out where the first torpedo came from now that they're looking for it, throw the one torpedo and then they'll be like, ah, crap, I've got to shoot this thing. Where did it come from? And then you'll show up right underneath the ledge and be on top of them.
Okay.
That said, you're right on top of NM right now. And it's not a bad thing to be with NM right now. but you don't want to be right on top of them. And if you're going to move up, then you want to take a different position than what NM is covering, just by a little bit, so that if someone were to rush you, they're not shooting both of your feet at the same time as they run at you. And right now, again, like we've kind of just stood on their feet for the entire movement we've done with them so far. So I actually really like the inkjet here because it creates that separation between the two of you. It's also, you know, it's a 2v3. So not an ideal position to be fighting in, but with this extra little bit of power, and as long as this is played safely or gets a pick or something, then you're going to be able to hold the enemy team in mid, and we're going to be able to have time to jump into you guys and be able to help soon. So we end up getting a trade, which is not the end of the world. This hammer is definitely really dangerous, and I'm surprised that you didn't get shot for it. Because you're exposing yourself out behind cover, you're the furthest player forward, you're in a bunch of enemy ink, like, you don't really have too much blocking them. Mm-hmm.
I made the decision to pop the hammer before NM went down, and then I hit it about the same time that I noticed, oh, there's no longer an inkjet in front of me.
Yeah. I'm mostly looking at, like, the decision to, like, move around the tower before you come back. Instead of, like, you could just throw it once you realize it's unsafe or something like that.
I wanted to kill the roller so that I didn't have to deal with them while I was backing up.
The danger there is that somebody's on, like, glass or something or behind pillow, and they shoot you while you're going after the roller.
That makes sense.
Okay, so 2 down. And from here, we really want to be pushing up pretty quickly and getting as much space as we can. We have a ballpoint and we have a rapid. Both of those are going to be really good at, like, holding flank angles. So, like, if someone drops down from left, one of them is going to see it before it can get in range of them. But what those weapons can't do is push up onto the enemy plat and, like, lock them out. So that's what you really want to be doing the most as an aggressive weapon, especially when you have a comp with 2 relatively non-aggressive weapons. So I like that you're recognizing that this jump is doable, that I have held this position long enough for it to be relatively safe. I also like poking at the dynamo with the torpedoes. We definitely need to figure out what the threat is behind us here. We end up just backing up. Yeah, this is not bad. You know, we've got plenty of time. We don't need to force a push right now. You're really close to special, so not a bad time to be playing relatively safe. What you could theoretically do here is just get enough special charge to get a hammer and try to get a cheeky hammer throw off on, like, the dynamo here as they're dropping down.
I definitely don't throw by hammers enough. I've been trying to learn how to do that recently.
It can help you to learn Trizuka, because it's literally just Monozuka when you're throwing it. And that'll give you kind of the mindset of when you want to be using it. So here, we're, again, trying to play forward, but we're not committing to either going forward or playing back. We've got to do one of those two things, because what ends up happening instead is we just stay in the no man's land, and that's where it's dangerous. I'm going to back up a little bit more here. Okay. So we get one there, which is great. And we
I actually didn't even notice them until they were already dead, so...
So this torpedo here is going to give you away to anybody who's on plat. It might be worth considering not throwing it, but I guess you do have to... Because the thing is, you want to paint the area in front of you to be able to get through it and theoretically get up onto switch. You don't just want to stay on this position underneath glass the whole time, because this doesn't give you as much of an ability to stop them from getting at the tower rider. What you really want, ideally, is to be up on their plat, but doing that requires that we get them down and are able to use that numbers advantage to push forward. So we've got to pick our times to go up there really carefully. From here, in order to make that possible, the fastest thing we can do is be painting in front of us with a main weapon. If we put enough paint down, then even if they see that paint going down, if they don't contest it, what happens is we get to swim through it at some point, because maybe they pre-fired one part of it and we were in another part of it. The more paint we get down there, the better. From here, we're kind of just like forcing our way through enemy ink, and so it's not quite as safe. And then from here, we stay out in the open instead of hugging a ledge or something once we see that it's kind of going south. As soon as you realize you need to back up, you want to be underneath ledges. You don't want to be backing up so far behind the ledges that people have angles like the Inkjet had on you.
So what happened there is I saw the roller and went, oh crap, I have to back up. And then it was either die to the roller or die to the Inkjet.
I suggest an alternative. You stay forward, but don't die to the roller, which you do by getting underneath the ledge, making them guess where along the ledge you are, and just moving parallel to the ledge.
Okay. I died to the weight breaker there.
Yeah. I mean, you got one. So, even trade, and you've got, QR and everything. That's kind of what you're designed to do here. I kind of like this. We're getting attention. I don't know that I like dropping down in there, because from here a dynamo could theoretically just cover all of your options. But getting their attention behind and to the left of tower is really annoying, because if they want to deal with you, then they have to turn away from the tower, which is where they're trying to look. You're doing what we were telling NM, that they need to be doing more on their VOD review, which is you're playing off the objective line and getting their attention elsewhere. And so, that's good as long as you can stay alive and force them to deal with you. Right now, though, I'm guessing you died a dynamo. Okay, they don't end up getting you, but definitely scary. And, it's one of those situations where, they didn't get you, but with better aim they could have, so you want to think about it in terms of, was this a good idea, as I shouldn't have done that. So, let's back up for a second and talk about the engagement at the ballpoint.
I should have done a charge slash, and just camped the jump. I think I am lagging.
Yeah, I think we just take a little bit too long to get up to them. We try to do too much before they land, and so that we run out of time. You have a habit of throwing torpedoes out as soon as you land anywhere, before you collect any information. Here, this torpedo is really dangerous because they probably didn't know that you were around that corner, but now you throw that torpedo, they know you're around that corner, they're probably looking in that direction now. This torpedo might just be giving you away, depending on the situation. Against their team comp, I guess it's a pretty good idea because they have a lot of slow-moving weapons that have trouble painting their feet. So, definitely not the worst thing to maybe be a little bit overzealous on the torpedoes, but if, for example, there was a roller around the corner waiting for you, they could have just, sharked you. So, that's, consider, sitting there for a second and collecting information first, and then throwing the torpedo maybe to get what you don't know, or something like that.
I think a while ago I got advice to throw torpedoes through wide spaces of enemy ink to check if there's players there, so that if I want to take a flank, I can move through that area quickly without getting sharked. And I think that I internalized that advice, and then now I'm just doing it all the time, even when I don't need to.
That's a generally good idea. There are definitely specific situations where you need to be careful, and coming out from behind a blind corner, leaving cover, is one of those situations. Because, even if the torpedo does end up locking onto, say, the splat roller when they're right around the corner, they're just going to hit you and the torpedo at the same time, and that's not going to save you. So, if you're going to use it, then you want to wait for a second and see what information you can get from it before you run in. We're kind of just, again, gravitating towards the left here, when I would probably say as an aggressive weapon you want to be gravitating more towards getting up onto their plat. This I like. We did see a player going in there, and they kind of just got past us. might be a good idea to stop them from getting past us instead of continuing to go forward and hoping there's another player that we have to shoot there. And here, like, I can see that, like, you know, the thought process all makes sense there. I think we're just lagging, like, 1 second behind what's actually happening. Because, okay, well, I need to back up a little further. So we jump in here. So from here, it makes sense that we want to get off the tower, move up with our teammates. You know, NM is frontlining right now. We'd prefer to be the frontliner instead, and for NM to be able to, you know, farm the inkjets, to be able to poke over the top of ledges and stuff. So it's smart to get up in front of them. Now, they end up going down, and we're trying to step up, but then we realize that they've traded, so this area is still clear. So we don't need to push any further forward. There are times where in this match you would have seen me going up onto the top right here with the 52, which I can do a little bit better because I have the wall and my shots fall off a little bit, and also because Whale targets people up there. You have a little bit less that you can do if you come around this corner. It's not bad if you just stay back behind the corner necessarily, but
like where I am right now,
coming all the way around here, like, your weapon just kind of can't do much from here, so I probably wouldn't make it a priority to get to this position.
Actually, you know what? I think I might be able to hug that unpaintable wall and jump and do charge slashes over
Yeah, you can get jumping charge slashes over. That does put you in melee range, and there's also a dynamo alive, so
that's true.
It's a risky play to make, for sure. Riskier than you need to be making right now, because they're 3 down, so we just kind of get to push the tower, and all you've really got to do is figure out, okay, who's shooting at the tower and where from, and then go after them afterwards. Like, it doesn't need to be a proactive thing here. We're already in a pretty advanced position. We can kind of just wait and see where they are.
Mm-hmm.
So we get in here.
I think the best option there was just a shark.
I think we kind of half commit to a number of different ideas there, and a number of them could have worked. So, like, here, you could just go in and go for picks, because these two players are both looking at mid, at Devi and NM. And so you've got their backs, and it might just be like a charge slash that gets one of them, and, you know, you hope the range blaster misses or gets shot blocked or something, and then you're able to, you know, poke them away out into NM's view on the left or something like that. Like, this could be like a 1-for-2 kind of trade situation, so that's one option. You could also just kind of hide there, but because we kind of, like, move up, give them a love tap, but then decide we want to run away instead of fighting them.
I'm not sure why I ran away here.
Yeah, like, we had people looking at us there who could have helped. We kind of, like, get their attention, say, hey, shoot at me. Actually, never mind. Wait, please don't shoot at me. And then they shoot at you. And then we're set. Nice.
I think the issue is that I just forgot. Oh, I'm the wiper with QR.
Yeah. This was dangerous because we knew that there was a player around the right-hand side. We didn't know exactly where they were, but for all we knew, they could have just been sharking underneath this ledge, and they would have probably been expecting you to come over. So I probably would have thrown a torpedo first. So right here, you know, we know that there's like a dynamo. We see the curling bomb is always something that should scare you a little bit, because there are some weapons that have curling bombs that are not going to be sharking, but, you know, just on an instinctive level, you always want to be like, wait, is there a roller or a solution there? Even if you haven't even looked at the weapon comps. Just like, I don't have time to think about whether there's going to be a roller in this trail. I just need to deal with that. And that curling bomb got pretty deep before it exploded, which means that the roller was pretty close at the time they threw it. So, for all we know, they're right over the top of this ledge.
I think I threw the fizzy, or the torp, and then hit the wall instead of shooting it over. throwing it
It's
over?
right here that I would have been throwing it. Let me see if I am missing what you're saying.
I threw a torpedo, but not in the right spot.
Oh shit, I went too far forward. And this wasn't far forward enough. Whatever, we'll let it play. We'll let it play. So there's a roller over there.
Right there, that torp.
Yeah. That, like, in order to get any information, we needed to be thrown, like, up and over the top.
Yeah, exactly.
But turns out the roller just kind of stayed on tower and popped bubble, which we on the second watch I realized that they were just up there, but in the moment I didn't realize it, and
I didn't either.
Yeah, it looks like you didn't. So that torpedo that you throw again, it's like it'll give you information, but the enemy team is looking forward. They probably don't know you're here. This is a flank angle right now. So instead of giving yourself away, I would just put myself in a position where I can get someone as soon as I possibly can, instead
Now
of
that I
making them all turn
know
backwards.
to not do that, I wouldn't do that. But the idea with throwing that torp is that it would lock on to the inkjet and then explode and put a lot of paint down. Now
Did
that
end
I'm
up getting
thinking
one.
about it, ultimately, I wouldn't do that.
Nice. Yeah, and I thought you were going to get the second one too, so. Woo, okay.
Their ballpoint is crazy. And then it was the range blaster.
We did stay out in the open for longer than we had to there, to avoid the shots. So, one, almost get the second. We get the second. Okay, so we move up. And then from here, as soon as the ballpoint starts shooting at you here, you want to be getting off this ledge. You don't want to be swimming forward. You got to get off the ledge. That's the only way that you stay safe there. Because, yes, you threw their aim off briefly while you were swimming forward, but it gave them more time to get their aim on and made it even more certain they were going to be able to get you.
If I had Squid rolled instead, I would have lived there.
Yeah, that's an option. Now, this is a dangerous situation because they don't have to get very far to get lead, and we're also down a player. So we don't want to be doing anything too aggressive from here, and we also don't want to be like making our position too well known. And we end up winning it anyway. But remember where the tower is going to have to move. It would have ended up being behind you in that position. And so what you could do is just kind of, once you get into that left alley, just shark there, turn around, wait for the tower, and then hit it from behind.
I was waiting there so that I could wait for them to go forward and definitely do that.
Gotcha. So yeah, big things I would say are to be thinking about the information that you're giving the enemy team about your position, especially with the torpedoes. So like, it's not a bad idea at all to be using the torpedoes to check for enemy players, but to try and shield yourself from being spotted out by maybe lobbing it really high up into the air so they're not sure exactly where it got tossed from until it locked onto them. Don't throw two in a row, and be moving like as soon as you give them any information. Like, throw the torpedo, but like be moving up with it, or be moving sideways with it, or something like that.
Okay.
Then we talked about awareness of where your teammates are to make sure that you end up in the same fight that they're in, especially on the rollout. That was an important thing to be thinking about. And then with the wiper especially, you really want to be thinking about whether you want to either go all in or back up. You don't want to stay in the middle ground. And there's a lot of like middle ground that's happening here. By the way, thank you so much for the raid, Becca. Protect your nuggies. Oh no, my nuggies. Are they stealing my nuggies? Don't steal my nuggies. I like my nuggies. I don't actually have any nuggies. Maybe I should get some nuggies. Anyway, There are a lot of situations where the safest thing, I think, for you to... Okay, it's going to give me the map mode. We'll be here in just a second. Hey, Jam, hope stream's been well. It has been. And I hope yours was well, too. Okay. So you end up in a lot of situations where, like... You're... Let's say... You've poked out from over here. You realize that this area isn't safe. And you've kind of got a couple of options here. You could back up all the way, and this is the, the more passive way to play, but it's oftentimes the safer way to play. Or, and this is an option I don't see you exploring very often, you could push forward, but get underneath a ledge and make yourself really hard to hit. Like this spot right here, like just look at, so me standing right here, this is probably like a safe distance to be from a ledge or something, unless there's a roller. Look at how little below this ledge I can see, right? This line is where the ledge starts. Or where the spot below the ledge starts. I can't even necessarily see the next line. All of that space in there is space where you cannot be seen and you cannot be hit by line of sight weapons very easily at all. Mm-hmm. And you also have a weapon with the unique capability to paint the entire edge right along that spot in the fastest amount of time possible. Like, most weapons need to fire multiple shots to get all of this painted. You just do this, and now you can be anywhere underneath this ledge at any time. This is something that you see Pika from Cherry Limeade doing all the time. I always recommend that people watch... it was from a few months back, so maybe I need to find some new footage. Maybe there's a good LTC match to watch them from, but... they posted their match against Yamum from about 4 months ago, and the first match against them on Scorched Clams is a masterclass in using ledges like this so that your opponents know where you are, but they can't do anything about you, and you get to just stay in this advanced position and apply pressure while your team has time to move in. So that's the sort of thing that you're going to be wanting to look for a little bit more often, is getting into these kinds of locations right here, where, like, even if they have a roller, the roller has to guess, are you on the right or on the left? And you could be, like, anywhere along that ledge during that time, and you kind of sneak around that way. So that's a situation that I want you to be thinking more about being able to fit yourself into, because this weapon is, like, the best weapon in the game at taking safety underneath a ledge like that because of the way it paints and because of how fast it is.
Playing around ledges is why I got into this weapon, because I used to play a lot of Luna Blaster, and then I got tired of not being mobile at all, so I was like, hey, wait a minute, Viper can do, like, all of the same things Luna does, but better and more things. So...
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Alright, awesome. Do you have any questions for me?
I had one, and now I forgot.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's helpful.
If you think of it again, just let me know.
Okay.
Like, if it comes to you right after the stream or something, you can send me a DM, whatever. And
alright.
Make sure to get that taken care of.
Oh! No, never mind. I don't remember.
Shoot. Alright.
Darn. Alright.
Well, thank you for coming on the stream. Really appreciate you being willing to be criticized in front of all the people.
Sure.
That's always something that I respect. It takes humility to be able to do that. So, if you all would like lessons, talking to the audience now, like this, I have a couple of options for that. One of them is the Tuesday streams. The Thursday ones are all booked at this point. One of them is the Tuesday streams, though. Those are always free. There's a little bit of a wait, probably out to like June or July at this point, I think, for those. But if you're willing to wait, then those are free, and you'll get, to play Anarchy Open with us on stream, just like we did today, and then get a VOD review just like this afterwards. There's also a Medify. Medify is a website that facilitates private lessons. You can find it on my list of links here. So that is also an option. Those are paid lessons, but they are available much sooner. So also an option there. I hope the link is showing up here soon. It looks like it hasn't sent in either chat, even though I just put it in. So hopefully that'll arrive sooner or later. But then also, if you would like the Tuesday VOD reviews, then DM me on Discord. So go to the Squid School Discord server that you will find in the link tree that I'm trying to post in the chat right now, and it's not going in, and that's concerning me a little bit on the restream side of things. But it looks like it went through. We can see it. Okay, good. Yeah, that just kind of froze there for a second, which is a little weird. But you'll be able to see it there. And Discord server, go and find me, DM me, and we'll work it out from there. So that'll do it for our VOD reviews today.
I found, so there was a replay that I had originally that I wanted to get reviewed, and then I forgot about its existence. It is probably too late now. But I was going, so it was a scrim, and I was going against. Basically, it was on Manta. I wanted to go forward, and it seemed like every time I wanted to walk forward, there would be an Expo looking at me. So
on Manta, you wanted to go forward. So
I have the replay code if that works, but
if that's the sort of situation that you're in, yeah, we already did do a whole VOD review.
Yes.
But if that's the situation you find yourself in, my recommendation is that you need to bombard that backliner first, so that it's forced to move, it's forced to it gets splatted or something, and then to act while it can't do things. So you have someone throw tri-strikes at it, and then you go in on its teammates while it can't protect them, or you throw a torpedo at it and then come up over the ledge while it's trying to deal with the torpedo, or something of that nature. But you never want to be fighting it head on. You always want something to be aggressing it while you're moving toward it or something. So if it's attacking you, then it's not your job to go in on it. It's your teammate's job. It's your teammate's job to do something to get it off you or to splat it while it's going after you.
Okay. Cool. Okay.
All right. So,
Thank you.
thanks again, and I'm going to hang up from the call here.
All right.
And thank you everybody for watching. That's going to do it for our stream today. Already streamed a whole bunch yesterday and the day before. So I am all streamed out. I'm going to go and take a bit of a break and get working on a video for tomorrow. But in the meantime, we are going to go and we're going to raid. Let's raid Reborn. Reborn's playing Woomy game at the moment. Looks like they're playing Salmon Run from the thumbnail. So we'll go and watch that. Thank you, everybody, and you all have a great evening. Let's go say hi to Reborn.